Shalom. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, bahasham, Rawchaa Rawchaa Qadash. Double honors to the head elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Also want to give a shout out there to the hopeful lake, to Yahawah, and for Yahawah who are sincere in this truth, as well as believers of this word, but not just believers, but of course as doers as well. And again to you, I'd like to say shalom. Alright, this is just going to be another quick lesson through the spirit of power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright, and like always, of course, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. But getting straight into it, as you can see the title of this one, but it was for thy eyes only. Alright, but it was for thy eyes only. And of course, basically another lesson, where I'm just meditating upon the times. Okay, we seeing these things going on within the earth. Okay, prophecy is being fulfilled. This devil coming down with great wrath. A lot of people being deleted left and right. And although all these things are happening, many of our people still does not understand what's going on. Neither do they discern the times that they are in. Okay, but for those of you who dwell in the house of Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, okay, in the tents of the Lord, you understand, okay? It has been given unto you, all right? And, of course, it's something that we should be very well thankful for, okay? And something that we should ask the Lord to continue to keep the spirit upon us, all right? Like one thing that the beloved elder Kazak out there in Mississippi, okay, he once said, maybe like 2 years ago, was the don't leave the house. All right, don't leave the house. And that's that's really wise counsel, okay, is to not leave the house, especially if you've been given the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of the things that's gonna happen, and you see it. All right, so I'm gonna start here in the book of Matthew, chapter 13, and verse. Matter of fact, Salaki. I'm not gonna start there. Let's start here, dealing with prophecy. This is 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, and verse 21. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they should think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion." Now, when you consider our people, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, okay, our people are in a heavy spirit of mirth. I believe I did a lesson on it's funny until it's not funny, man. Okay, because here it is, though you have food still on the shelves, business is still running, the economy somewhat still running. All right, and things seem to still be normal or afloat, as they may say. All right, our people think there's no such thing as the evils that are growing, upon the earth. Okay, neither do they consider, they don't consider the evils that are growing upon the earth. Okay, because many of you have ran across the camp, seen the men out there, and it's a reason why you call them crazy. You know what I mean? Because they speak of these things that are coming to your doorstep, but here it is, you don't see it. Okay, or maybe if you do see it, you only think of it as like maybe a phase in the economy, because some people mention, with the government shutdown happening as of right now, some people mention, yeah, it happened before, they always does this every few years. It'll be back up and running soon, man. Just keep doing what you're supposed to do. And that's that proverb in Israel that the Lord speak about, man. Okay, it says, verse 22, it says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So many people that perish, many people upon the earth is going to perish. That's the thing. All right, because they wasn't considering the times. All right, okay, they wasn't mindful. Neither did they discern. All right. But as for those of you who are here in the house of Yahawashi, here it is. It's for thy eyes only, man. Which, again, brings me really to the point of this lesson to be grateful for. And I'm going to go back to that Matthew. Okay? And we can get that. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 9. It says, who have ears to hear, let him hear. All right? And that goes into one of understanding. Okay? It says, and the disciples came and said unto him, why speakest thou in parables? He answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. Yeah, it is given unto you to know the kingdom of heaven, but unto them it is not given. Okay? For those of you who understand and who has hearkened unto the trumpet, okay, and put on the armor of the Most High, well, this the thing. It was given unto you. Okay, this beautiful gift. All right, this grace period. Okay, to get right and get your mind right with Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, man. Okay, but as for those outside of this council, remember, Scripture said, make the. Let me see if I can get the hearts. People. Let's see if I can get that. Whose hearts that I know is may comprehend and keep these secrets. Oh, that's heavy. Man, matter of fact, let me see. Yeah, man. See, this shows you this is for us. It says, 2nd Ezra 12. 2nd Ezra 12, and I've started verse 36. It says, thou only has been meet to know the secret of the highest. See, thou only has been meet to know the secret of the highest, man. All right. See, you had to. Oh man, the beloved elder Ram was mentioned a few years ago. You had to even be humble to even receive this truth. All right. So the Lord had to find some type of form of humility within you for you to receive this truth. It says, therefore, write all these things that thou hast seen in a book, and hide them, and teach them to the wise of the people, whose hearts thou knowest may comprehend and keep these secrets. And here we are. Your hearts, your mind. Okay? You're able to comprehend. You've been given the understanding. Okay? And this is something that we should be thankful for. Okay? Because remember, the Lord King David once prayed for these people's table to become a snare upon them, man. All right, and here it is. Their table is going to become a snare upon them, man. Okay, because they trust in this system, this wicked system. All right, and they put all their eggs within this basket, man. All right, so which the scripture speak about what? Why thou trust in this broken reed? Okay, when you lean upon it, it's basically gonna cut you, man. It's gonna give you a splinter, which we all know what's that's gonna manifest into. You see? But here it is for those of you who the secrets and the understanding has been revealed unto. All right, we should very well be thankful, man. Okay, and praising Yahawashi to keep us. All right. Because the scriptures speak about, for we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. Yep. It says, what is that? 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we are not ignorant. of this devil devices, man. All the wickedness that he the wickedness that he's putting within the air out there. We're not ignorant, okay? These different stabbings and that done went global and shit. We know this all Esau Edom. We know this part of his agenda. Okay, just even promoting Jake as the face of crime. When you even go into the study and look at things, we see who the real criminals are. Okay, but again, it's all of his part of his agenda. So we're not ignorant of Satan's devices. So but once again, hey, like speaking upon Jake, because here it is, the hell that the Lord is going to bring upon the land is aiming at Jake, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, as well as you speckled birds who may look like the other nations, but through your father, you go back to the house of Jacob. Okay? You are ignorant, all right? You are ignorant of Satan's devices, okay? So therefore, he's going to get an advantage over you, all right? He's going to cut the food source off. He's going to cut your lights off. He's going to cut your way of living off, all right? Which ultimately going to lean unto you seeking him, going down for refuge to by the way of taking that C-hip, man. You niggas going to end up in a C-hip line, man. All right? And we often been saying it. Even though I was just listening to the Chicago brothers, they said it in one of their sit-downs. Yeah, Lord is saving the best for last. We're seeing the things that are happening in the UK and Nepal, and we heard of the things in Haiti and France and all these different places, even with these wars going on in these different countries, man. Between these different countries, all that shit is gonna be brought to America, man. Okay, it's a build up to it. Like I said, Lord is gonna save the best for last, man. All right, but going back to the point once again, let me see, heart of these people, because it's a scary thing. It's a scary thing, man, not to know the will of the Lord. Remember, we even seeking the Lord to be found blameless. Okay, it's a lot of these. Let me see. Particular in Isaiah. Look for that one in Isaiah real quick, Salakia. Bear with me, hey. This like the beloved Elder Apostle Taha said, man. We ain't, as you know, this ain't scripted, man. All right, this straight from straight from the heart, man. All right, well, you know what I mean. Straight from the spirit. Okay. There should be a stop. Let me see. Where is that, man? Make the heart of these people fat. I believe it says something like that along the lines. Yeah, Isaiah 6:10. It says, make the heart of this people fat and make their ears heavy and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears and understand with their heart and convert and be healed. So that's the thing. Make the heart of these people fat, man. You know what I mean? You can't tell these hard-headed niggas nothing, man. All right, you can't tell them that dung stink, okay, and they believe it. You know what I mean? You can't tell them nothing, man. They only gonna lean after their own understanding. Really lean unto the flesh, whatever's pleasing, okay? But guess what? Hey, man, they're gonna basically, the Lord is gonna lead them to their delusions, man. All right, because you want to become hard-headed and you ain't want to hearken unto the message of the Lord. Neither get ready for the battle. All right, the Lord is gonna, He's gonna basically recompense you for that. Basically, get on your ass for that, man. It's like it. Jay couldn't get the word out. I gotta get out these bodies. But yeah, though, man. But just going into our people, man, it's not meant for them. So we are to be thankful, okay, that the Lord has given us this gift. And when you read the Gospels, all right, dealing with the New Testament, okay, it goes into being thankful for this truth. It's different letters that, the Apostle Paul wrote, just being thankful for this word, man. Okay. And like I said, I can keep going in this, but I'm gonna make this straight to the point, man. Of course, Lord willing, this was edifying. Remember, it was for thy eyes only. So yeah, we just want to thank the Lord for this truth and continue to fight. Lord will, we are that number, and I'm gonna leave it with that. Lord.